Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your August 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Scorpio, there are situations showing up for you in the month of August that brings you to a choice point, brings you to a crossroads on your soul's path, on your journey. And this requires you to trust your intuition. It requires you to utilize the lessons of the past to move towards a brand new beginning or a brand new direction. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have 8 of Wands. This is about you getting back on track because somewhere along the line, I'm getting train wreck. Okay, somewhere along the line, it felt like the train got off the tracks, right? And this month, you're making some new choices to overcome obstacles, overcome some of the shadows that you've been dealing with, the challenges here. I'm getting a song. A lot of signs have been getting songs with these monthly readings, and your song is Bon Jovi's Livin' on a Prayer. So for some of you, you've been praying, you've been asking for a miracle, or you've been asking Spirit for help with the situation. I do see some sort of shady activity, underhanded activity, someone not being honest, maybe wearing a false mask or deception. Okay, it's showing up twice here. If this isn't someone that you are dealing with, this could be you, Scorpio, coming out of denial or coming to a place where complete and utter truth is what is required in order for you to jump timelines into a new path or a new direction. Because I feel like you're being guided to listen to the heart. And it's interesting because we have the Lovers showing up and the Emperor. And that can be a conflicting energy. Oh my gosh, you guys, you cannot make this up. Look at the card that came out. You have the prayer. You have the prayer from the archetype, the wild unknown. How uncanny. I love this. I love spirit synchronicities. And at the bottom of the deck here, you actually have the signs and symbols. This is spirit communicating with you. It's coins, it's numbers, it's synchronicities, paying attention to things that are showing up for you, right? Paying attention to numbers, billboards, songs on the radio. Some of you may want to check out that song, Livin' on a Prayer. That could come on the radio. I haven't heard it for a long time, but it was loud and clear as I was doing your introduction here and pulling your themed cards. So, wow, that is pretty magnificent. Let's get timing cards, please, Spirit. Timing, and then we'll dive into your reading here. Okay. There is a bit of irony here between the Lovers and the Emperor, because some of you are making a choice, and I feel like this choice has to do with a new beginning. And the Emperor could be a boss, it could be a job, someone of higher authority, it could be a masculine, divine masculine in your life, it could be a father figure as well. Some of you have worked on recovering potentially from a divine masculine, or working on stepping into your power. And maybe you had gone through conflict with feeling empowered because you've been in maybe narcissistic relationships, you've been manipulated, you've been abandoned, you've been rejected, all the things, right? All the things that bring us as a collective together, because at one point or another, there is a universal orphanage going on right here, right now. And the common denominator is we all feel abandoned and orphaned at times. And I feel that you are making a new choice here. You're making a new choice. And this is really significant. this choice that you are making, but it requires you to maybe get out of the head a little bit, balance the emotions, balance the feelings, balance the thoughts, to allow your intuition to come through and your soul to come through, your heart, and make choices here that are euphoric. Okay, so your first card out, let's dive in. I want to make sure we have a couple more cards to draw, and then we're going to dive into your cards. Okay, some of you are working overtime, you're working hard, maybe on your business. I do see entrepreneurship coming in here. For those of you that work in the corporate world, there is big boss energy out here. You may be making some moves. Some of you are talking to a boss, or you will talk to a boss about maybe retiring or a promotion or getting a new job. I feel good about, oh, I love that. Look at loan approved. Something is getting approved here. Something is getting the green light to move forward. But starting off, you have conflict, you have choices, and you have the shadow. So you have been feeling a little bit of a push and pull, a little bit of that tug of war happening here for you, Scorpio. And the conflict card is about solutions. It reminds me of, the 6 that comes after the 5 in tarot. 5s are about conflict, change, uncertainty, and obstacles. And this is about finding solutions to those so you can step into that 6 energy of problem solving, harmony, loyalty, and taking whatever responsibility you are guided to take at that time or at this time. Some of you, you're going to find solutions, overcome the obstacles that you've been facing. If it has been a tug of war, someone here is letting go. Okay, I feel like there is a letting go of the tug of war, and you may be choosing your battle. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the 5 of Swords. I don't see it out here. You actually have really beautiful cards out here, but I feel like someone may be choosing to walk away from a situation, or, not my circus, not my monkeys. Some of you may, or not my monkeys, not my circus. Some of you may be avoiding drama or just healing an aspect or character type within yourself that had been feeling conflicted in some way, shape, or form, because there may have been adversity. Some of you may have been applying for the same job. For others of you, this could be adversity in a family dynamic between you and a lover, right? I feel like there could be a separation. Okay, there could be a separation of energies here, but that allows you to feel more empowered about the choice that you're making. And then you're going to choose whether you come together or part ways. But I feel like there needs to be a little bit of a space. And that makes sense because your timing card, you actually have take a break. Okay, so there's a break required before a major move or a major choice is made. And the Emperor does not act impulsively, but you have the Knight of Wands here, which does act impulsively. So I feel like you're moving forward there. It seems as if this is an external energy that's coming in quick, but you are going to sit on it. You're going to allow yourself the time that you need, the space to mull over or think about this choice that's going to affect you long term. This is an Ace of Pentacles. This is something here in the physical, tangible, earthly world. And it has the potential, this is the gift, right, to go all the way. So if this is a job, this could be, or a career path, this is something that will take you possibly into retirement. If this is a relationship that you are opening up to, this could be, marriage material. I'm getting strong 9 and 10 of Pentacles, which you actually have the 9 of Pentacles here. So getting closer and closer to that completion, that goal, that fulfillment. Now, we do have a bit of competitive energy, right? And when we compete with ourselves, right, we try to be better than we were yesterday. I feel like that's the only person we should be competing with, is the past version of us. If we are to compete, right, how can we become better? How can we do things differently? How can we learn and take the lessons from the past and integrate them into the present? If we're going to look back at all, right? And I feel like some of you may have been feeling the competition or feeling the heat from others. And there may have even been a lot of competitiveness, and somewhere along the line, maybe you got wrapped up in that. That's that Five of Wands. Even though we're seeing in my mind's eye the Five of Swords earlier, maybe stepping on toes. Someone around you could have been stepping on toes. But I do feel the competition or the back and forth, and I feel like you're going to get picked here. The opportunity is coming to you. It's as if you're above the competition, and there's a choice that's made. And this could be a quick choice, notable growth. Someone notices your skills, your talents, or what you bring to the table, Scorpio, what you offer. And I feel like there's going to be a decision made. This is that crossroads, pivotal turning point in your life. When you have the Lovers and the Emperor, this is really, really beautiful. It is about you listening to the heart, but logically as well, you are showing up. This could be a balance of, the mind and the heart. And when those two are in balance, that's the definition of integrity, right? It's about saying what you mean, meaning what you say. It feels like you're going with the flow instead of feeling resistance, instead of feeling, the shadow aspects. A lot of you have done the work. You've done the work. Maybe you've overcome addictions. You've went to therapy. You've come out of maybe even narcissistic relationships or abusive or toxic in some way, shape, or form. Some of you dealt with someone who possibly was very demeaning or admonished you for whatever reason in the past. Well, the reason was their own wounds, right? Hurt people. And I feel like the choice that's being made brings you to a peak, a high peak in your life. And this could really help you financially or materialistically or in the earthly realm here. Now, bottom of the deck, you have signs and symbols, you have ascension, and you have flexibility. So it's about divine detours. There's change. There's change coming in because there is a crossroads. There's a pivotal point in your soul's journey, Scorpio, that is allowing you to move. For some of you, this could actually be a move with the Wanderlust. This could be travel. This could be relocating. But I feel like you have new ideas. You want to expand. You want to grow. You want something more. And for some of you, there's been a settling or there's been conflicting energies here. And maybe you have settled due to conflicting energies. But now you're coming into alignment with your truth, with your integrity. And I feel like because that is happening, because there is complete and utter honesty here between you and your higher self, or between you and another, between you and a boss. The outcome is the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Coins. This is standing on your own 2 feet. It's individual achievement, success, happiness, wealth, growth. And you also have ascension here. Soul advancement and personal growth. This can be about awareness. A lot of you have incorporated a spiritual practice into your life that's really been beneficial for you. Whether that is meditation, maybe you're reading some self-help, maybe you're taking some time to do some breath work. This could be a thought or a mind shift that you recognize. If you start to see a pattern within you that limits you or holds you back, there's maybe recognition or awareness of what's going on, and you shift your energy, you shift your focus. So I feel like there has been growth, and I feel like you also are helping your body. There's something about healing the body as well. Some of you may even be doing yoga. You may be getting chiropractic work done in the month of August. I'm getting flexibility. I'm also getting rock climbing. Or some of you hikers or rock climbers. Okay, I'm also seeing like painted rocks. I'm seeing rocks that are in a heart shape, or someone may collect rocks. Or crystals. I mean, I collect crystals. So I feel like there is something with all the rocks showing up here in the mountains. Someone could live in the mountains, but you've gone through a lot of personal growth, and you are someone who does see the signs and symbols, right? You do see them. And I feel like you're opening your eyes to more of them, and you're even understanding, or you have this sense of awareness that through the shadows, through the darkness, through the pressure, Spirit is available at all times, right? I feel like you are connecting to your higher power. You've been praying, right? Living on a prayer. And I feel like there's choices that are showing up that actually put you on this path of freedom, but it's because you yourself have done the work. You have done the work with the help of your spiritual team, of course, but you chose to take responsibility here. And it is our responsibility to heal from our past, right? Yeah, it doesn't mean that it was okay that those things happened, but we grew and we learned from them. And as an adult, it is your responsibility to heal those parts of yourself that may have been wounded or abandoned or rejected. And I feel like you've done the work. So diving into the tarot here, we have 3 of Wands. Okay, I'm hearing Steffi, maybe that's short for Stephanie, or Steph could be someone's name, or even Stefan. Please take it as it resonates. Now, 3 of Wands is about notable growth, and Knight of Wands is about action. So this is you actioning up a situation, potentially career, or even your spiritual path. It's almost as though it feels like you've been going and going and going, and somewhere along the line, it felt like you got off track, right? Maybe it felt like you weren't seeing growth in some way, or there was an unexpected setback, but then things started to really pick up for you. You know how they say when it comes in threes, or it comes in quick. You may not get a job interview for 4 months, and then boom, you get back-to-back ones, or you are single for quite some time and then you meet 3 people. So I feel like something is shifting here for you, but there may have been a necessary pause or a break between, so you could get in touch with yourself or your spiritual side more. But I feel like you are fearless. It's not the absence of fear, right? Because we have the words fearless and fearful, and I feel like you are showing up shaking. And what that means is you're pushing through the fear, you're pushing through the insecurities, you're not letting the shadow aspects hold you back, because you've done that in the past. And I feel like it didn't bring happiness. It didn't bring success, because maybe some of you sat in the driver's seat, right? You let fear sit in the driver's seat. And what happens when you're in your driveway and fear is at the driver's seat? You don't go anywhere, because fear is saying you're not going to make it. You're going to run out of gas. There's a flat tire, the road closure up ahead. You're going to get into an accident, right? Fear gives us 1,000,010 excuses for something that hasn't even happened. Fear is an illusion. That's the acronym is false evidence appearing real, right? So fear will give us excuses and tell us stories that do not exist. And what you're doing is you're saying, get in the back seat, fear, get in the back seat. I'm in control. And that's why you have the Emperor here. And I feel like you are taking action towards your dreams, but maybe there was a bit of a pause. And with the Lovers here, this could be a lover that you are calling in. Now we're going to look at career. We'll look at love separately. We'll look at all of it. But for some of you, this could even be a euphoric choice made between you and another. But the Lovers can be about, it is the card of choice, but it can be about balanced decisions between the head and the heart. And I see with the Emperor right next to it, you are making balanced decisions. Okay. And maybe the overthinking piece had been a part of it in the past, but I feel like you've grown, you've learned, you've matured in ways that you never would have if you wouldn't have gone through this conflict or this shadow phase of your life. You're a strong leader, Scorpio. You are someone who, whether you are a leader or a follower in certain circumstances, a true leader doesn't always have to be up front. Right? They can be in the back. They can be blended in some way, shape, or form. I remember many years ago when I worked in the corporate world, I worked in an office setting, and the owner of the company showed up. He walked in, and I thought he was a maintenance man, right? I thought he was just an average maintenance man. I didn't realize that he was the, millionaire owner that I had worked for, because he was kind of blended in, but he was a very, very wonderful leader. And for some of you, you may feel like you blend in, but you really are the epitome of strength and quality and leadership, and you have great skills, you have great gifts. And some of you, this can certainly be entrepreneurship, and this can be a love for what you do and bringing other partnerships and soul contracts into the mix to help you in some way, shape, or form, to help you embrace your power and your gifts, step into them even more. And in love, I feel like some of you could be attracting a divine masculine, or perhaps you are going in a different direction. I do believe these cards came out in reverse, and I feel like you have a choice to make here. Do I want the choices of the past to haunt me, or do I want this current crossroads? Do I want to stay in a situation that feels dramatic or feels challenging or feels opposing, right? Opposing the head and the heart. So out of alignment, out of integrity. Or do you make this choice to come together in some way? It doesn't mean with a physical person, but it means your head and your heart finding that balance and making a choice that really aligns with your path, and knowing that that's why you've done all this work. Because some of you, your vibration no longer matches something of the past. And that's why there's so much movement and action here, because you're ready. You're saying, I'm ready to move into this new beginning. I'm ready to move forward. And some people, they may not be coming along with you in this next chapter of your life. And you may be that type of leader, right, that accepts it. This doesn't mean that you're going to be a world leader, right? Or, you have to have this big CEO job or whatever it is. It means that you step into your power when it comes to choices and decisions in your life. You don't let other people manipulate, persuade, or coerce you into living the life that you want. You are the one that is driving the car. That's what that true leader is all about. And I feel like some people may be upset, right? Some people could be upset here. And I feel like you're saying, I wish you the best of luck. I wish you could come with me, right? I wish, and maybe it's been difficult because it's been a little tug of war, because some people you don't want to let go of. But I feel for a lot of you, some people you do, or some situations you do, because you're ready. Your outcome is the Ace of Coins and the Nine of Coins. This is something that's going to go all the way. This new beginning, this new choice that you make or that's made externally, but it's been through your energy that you called it in and you accepted it. This is new abundance with a prosperous victory, prosperous ending. And this is years and years and years, right? The Pentacle realm is the slowest realm, but it's the most abundant, the most fulfilling. I don't want to say the most fulfilling. I mean, we can have emotional fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, but I feel like this is a blend of them all, right? This is that internal piece manifesting in the outer piece. So it is the spiritual, the emotional, and even the sword, the communication, the intellectual piece. It's all balancing out, coming together into your physical world. So that is fulfillment. And nines are about completion, service, accomplishment. And in the past, there's a situation that didn't feel fulfilled. It didn't feel like you were achieving, or it didn't feel like your choices were balanced in some way, shape, or form. You may have even felt like you'd missed out on an opportunity, or if you don't take this choice or this crossroads, I feel like you're going to regret it. You're going to say, I wish I would have taken the shot when I still had it, or I wish I would have, moved in this direction when I had the opportunity. So you're living on a prayer here, and I feel like your prayers are being answered. That's why you're at this crossroads point in your life. Now let's look at career, wealth, abundance, money, job. We have the turtle and the moon and the mask. Some of you, that's where the conflict lies. This is the shadow aspect. Financial woes or setbacks has to do with money, right? Or with your career. Now, the moon is about fleeting funds. The moon is the unknown. It is you being divinely guided, right? Living on that prayer. This is about you wishing, right? Even wishing upon a star in the dark times, because there's a star there. Stars in tarot represent hope and not giving up. And we have the moon, which is unprecedented times, right? It is about entering into the unknown. And I feel like some of you may have even picked up an extra job, because I think I've seen here, where's the cards? Yeah, we have overtime. So some of you may have worked multiple jobs, worked overtime. I feel like you've also worked possibly in a 9 to 5 and then part-time over here with a hobby or with a new creative endeavor that you are hoping will bring you financial success, so you can leave this maybe 9 to 5, or you can retire, or whatever it is for you, but you are being divinely guided. But there are illusions that are being shattered. And by illusions, remember what illusions are, the fears as well. False evidence appearing real, they don't really exist. And we have the turtle. The turtle can be moving. It can be relocating. It can be money coming in, but slowly, right? It's not at the speed. But because we have a choice being made, I feel like the money is replenished. There's something here about, look at that, long term and in good time. And the time is now for some sort of choice to be made that is going to bring you new abundance or new opportunities for abundance that really go all the way with the turtle. Even though it's been slow, right? I mean, have you seen those baby sea turtles? I mean, they're quick. They go diving for the ocean as soon as they hatch. So I feel for some of you, this actually is going to come in sooner than you think. And we have the mask card. The mask is about saving pennies. It can be acting. It can be an assistant of some sort. This is also your hidden potential. And I feel a lot of you are tapping in to more of your skills, more of your talents, more of your gifts. You could be learning about them, taking classes even, enhancing your skills, but it is about the unknown. And Scorpio, you are deep, you are mystical, you are the embodiment of the unknown at times. And you are, I feel like you're one of the most spiritual, in-depth signs that there is out there. I have quadruple placements of Scorpio in my chart, and this can also be about you digging into more and more of your talents later on in life even. And for some of you, you've been saving. You may even find money. Some of you could find a coin on the ground. You may find, $10 or whatever your currency is. You may find it stashed in a coat pocket, or there could be money coming your way as well. I feel for some of you with the theft card, someone may have stolen your ideas, or perhaps I'm getting identity. I hope not. Someone may have had their identity or something stolen, but I feel like you have overcome that, or you are overcoming that. Okay. I also feel that some of you have worn a mask or dealt with people that have worn a mask, and that's part of this healing and waking up to the whole of you. So for those of you entrepreneurs out there, I feel like there's a new opportunity to bring in abundance, actually multiple, because we do see the Ace of Coins, which is new opportunities. And I feel like you could be moving, or you could be reaching people maybe beyond your target market. I'm getting shipping, something with shipping. If you've been contemplating maybe shipping, I feel like the answer is yes. Okay. So take that as it resonates. And I also see some of you may work with a company overseas or internationally, depending on where you're located. Maybe you make an oracle deck, but you're getting it, printed outside of the country you're in. Okay, take that as it resonates as well. For those of you in the corporate world, I feel like you are being offered a new beginning because you've dealt with some shady people here, or you didn't feel like you were making enough money to keep up with the lifestyle, keep up with the economy, or the changes that are showing up in these uncertain times. Let's look at love. Let's look at love. Actually, one second here. We do have entrepreneurship coming in. And again, some of you are leaving this area in order to pursue this dream. Okay, so maybe you're leaving the corporate world, going off and becoming an entrepreneur, or vice versa, right? Sometimes we have to go back into the corporate world because something doesn't work out the way we thought. But I actually feel really good about whatever choices you make. I mean, your outcome is the 9 of Pentacles. So if you trust yourself to make these decisions that are in your highest good, if these choices and decisions you are making are balanced, you're in the right spot. Next, we have an approval. There's something being approved here. So whether this is a loan, this could be an application, a visa, this could be your resume or your application. I just feel like there's something being approved that you may have waited on. Okay, you may have been waiting, or there may have been conflict with an approval. It could be a home loan, a business loan. I do get travel here. They're really highlighting the 8 of Wands. So this could be a passport, a visa, documentation. I am getting international or something, again, overseas, but it's approved finally. It could even be, yeah, it could be something dealing with yourself, your identity, because we do have identity theft here. Maybe this has to do with insurance, like an insurance claim is approved. Something is improving here for you. There's no doubt about it. But I feel like you finally have the go-ahead. For those of you that may be retired or thinking about retiring, I feel like it's time. Like you're ready to enjoy that chapter of your life because you've worked long and hard for it, is what I see. You have gone through a lot. You've come to this point in your life, if you're sitting in this Emperor energy, regardless female or male, but it's taking action towards some dreams of yours that you've been thinking about for quite some time. And then we have right direction. You are moving in the right direction. Spirit wants you to know that these choices that are showing up for you to choose a new path. So that right there may answer your question. What choice do I choose? Choose the new path. Okay. Choose the path of, I don't want to say least resistance, but choose the path that feels balanced between the head and the heart. Right? Instead of talking yourself out of it, right? Because the Emperor doesn't talk himself out of things. He uses his logic. He uses his intellect to come up with a decision, and he sticks with it. He is someone who sits in that driver's seat in the driveway. He turns on the car, he buckles his seatbelt, and he backs off and he goes to where his destination is. He doesn't sit in the driveway for 10 minutes saying, well, maybe I should take a different route, or maybe I don't want to go in today, or whatever it is. He doesn't make excuses. He shows up every single day, and he has people that are relying on him. And I feel like those people that rely on him respect him because he is someone who's not wishy-washy. And he's someone who does tell it like it is. And I feel like this is you kind of talking to yourself, saying, I respect you, Scorpio. I'm not wishy-washy in this decision. You are moving in the right direction. Let's buckle up and let's get out of here. And I feel like this is you really embracing that Emperor status within yourself or within a new opportunity coming in. Spirit wants you to know you're in the right path here. You're moving forward. Let's look at timing, and then we'll move on to love. We do have take a break here. So I see that there has been a break, and we mentioned that earlier. It may be a necessary pause before a choice is made. Okay. It may be a 2-week pause. It could be a 2-month pause. But we see that the old, it's not worth staying in that energy. It's not worth waiting for. Okay. And we actually see a woman looking out at a plane. And so for some of you, the time is now. And we actually have tomorrow showing up here. So some of you, tomorrow could be a significant day, or this is a reminder that every day is a new beginning, and every day you have the choice to do something differently. That's what's showing up here for you. It's not worth waiting around for life to change, or waiting for Prince Charming to fall in your lap, or waiting for someone to make a move. This is about you stepping into your power, right? And you embracing action, embracing change. This is about you not sitting in that car waiting for fear to start it up and drive away. Because like I said, you're not going to go anywhere. So take a break, take that necessary pause, make a decision. And then once you make a decision, move forward with it. And remind yourself every day that today is a new day. I can make a new choice. And for some of you, whenever you're listening to this, tomorrow could be significant. Tomorrow is a new day. All right, when it comes to love, let's look at love. Someone is in a situationship that is unrequited. For those of you, I will look at singles, we'll look at those in a dynamic. And for those of you that are in a relationship, maybe you've been married for quite some time, or maybe the love has been lost in some way, it's unrequited. Okay, it's unrequited. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this going. Therefore, there's a new beginning. There is a new beginning here. And you must trust this, because some of you, this new beginning is going to be better than you could have imagined. But perhaps you kept yourself in that driveway for a long, long, long time because you were fearful of, can I do it on my own? Or will I ever find love? Or all the questions, right? All the questions that come up. But I feel like you deserve happiness, and you're not letting fear stand in the way of your happiness. Okay? If it's unrequited, it's unrequited. You can't force it. And someone has been in a situationship that's been very conflicted, very back and forth, right? Maybe a lot of drama. I was picking up on that 5 energy earlier. It could even be someone who was addicted. Maybe they were addicted to games, addicted to, their phones, addicted to alcohol, drugs, whatever it may be. The females, online attention, whatever it is. I feel like addictions could have played a little bit of a role. For others of you, I feel like someone was lying, or they weren't being honest. And once you've seen something for what it was, it's hard to unsee it, right? Once a mask has been removed, you see someone for who they truly are, or you see a situation for how it truly is, and you have choices to make then based on a newfound sense of knowledge. For those of you that are in a single dynamic here, you could be attracting love. You could be attracting love, someone who's very stable, very powerful, could own their own business. They could be a parent, a father. I'm also getting this is a spiritual union, but this person's very logical. They may not necessarily, I don't want to say wear their heart on their sleeve. They do, but they're very professional. They're very well respected. So they don't jump into things. And you may want to jump into things with the Knight of Wands, but there may be a lot of passion. But I feel this will grow in time. Allow it to progress the way that it should. And there could be a lot of love, a lot of passion. There's a strong magnetic attraction here between you and another. And it is safe for you to love, Scorpio. Open your heart to give and receive the highest love of all. Yeah, this is exciting because this is playfulness, to recapture romance. So for those of you that are single or in a relationship, playfulness is a big part of Leo season. Leo season is very playful. It's sunny. It is, vitality, happiness, and joy. It's embracing the inner child. So have fun this month. If you're in a marriage, how can you have fun with your family, with, each other? Recapture that romance. Maybe even go on a second honeymoon. For those of you that are married, there could be anniversaries coming in here. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Some of you may even be traveling or planning holiday arrangements. This almost looks like Italy or Rome. That could be significant here. Some of you may be visiting some sort of castle. Okay, a castle. Maybe you're going to Germany. But I feel like for those of you who are wanting a new beginning, something trustworthy, loyal, concrete, well, not so much concrete, but more stable, stability here. It's showing up, right? There is a gift. There's an opportunity coming in, and it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, because it's not codependent. Some of you, codependency was part of the shadow. You may have attracted people who were codependent upon you, or you were codependent among them. That's something that is shifting here for you. Last but not least, let's look at the prayer. Living on a prayer, showing up with the prayer card. So let's see what the message here is for you. Scorpio, the prayer. All right, just finding it in the book here. And I'd love for you to, and if someone would be so kind, maybe even find that song and drop the lyrics in the comment section below. That would be amazing. I would love that. Okay, I'm just going to find the prayer here for you. I won't keep your time 1 second. All right, Scorpio, the message for you is all about the worship, the reverence, the homage. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer, and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us toward illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. When this is showing up as the light, it's offering to be of service or asking for guidance. And that's showing up here. You have the signs and symbols, Scorpio. When it's showing up as the dark, it's expecting, right? Expectations, expecting results. It can be self-aggrandizement. I hope I'm pronouncing that. If you want to go deeper, ask how you can be of service. How can I be of service? Experiment with the act of bowing down. Nearly all spiritual traditions make a practice of prostration. So something about bowing down, getting on your knees and praying. It can be the act of surrender in itself. And maybe some of you with that Emperor, if you're dealing with needing to be in control at all times, because sometimes that can be that ego, that self-healing part of us, or the mechanism piece that we've grown to be accustomed to. We have to be in control of this, and that. That's why there's a balance between the heart and that control aspect. It says every song, kiss, breath can become a prayer. It is a feeling, not an action. Consider the ancient mantra, Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. It means I bow to the creative consciousness within. I bow to the teacher within. Oh, powerful. Okay, so offering to be of service and asking for guidance. So for some of you, this is about going beyond the ego self, right? And I feel for some of you as well, you have been praying, you have surrendered, you have released, and maybe that's also part of this choice. So many times we think choice is external, right? It's something in the external, which it will lead to external changes. We see that showing up with the Ace and the 9, but this comes from within. There is a complete surrender in knowing that you're not alone, right? You're not alone here, Scorpio. So living on a prayer. Prayers are getting answered here. No more going back and forth. It is about coming into alignment with your integrity, with your truth, and with your soul self. That is what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope it resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And thank you so much for tuning in. Till next time.